FishCare is an educational program to help recreational fishers reduce their impact on the marine environment.
The third principle of FishCare is utilisation is conservation, using as much as possible of the fish that we catch and keep. Now before we start processing our catch, we've got to make sure that we've killed it and chilled it properly so it remains in tip-top condition for eating and sharing later with friends and whānau. The best process for killing and chilling your catch is an ice slurry. 2 parts seawater, 1 part ice, and you really can't go past salt ice for this. Now when you bring your fish on board, kill it quickly and humanely with a spike to the brain. Now some species, like gurnard and kahawai, it's a spike directly down the head into the brain. But other fish, like snapper and trevally, it's to the side of the head behind the eye. Now place it in the ice slurry for about 15 minutes to quickly chill the fish. And this will bring the temperature down to about 2 to 10 degrees. Now for the best results, if you've got another chili bin available, place the fish just on the ice with no water. Avoid creating a really thick ice slurry because this can chill the fish to below 2 degrees and the tissue will start to freeze. Now you can add ice during the day to keep the right consistency as the ice starts to melt. Now some species like kahawai and skipjack have a lot of blood in the flesh, and this means it can deteriorate a lot faster just after a day or two. So bleeding these fish really helps improve the eating quality. Cutting the throat and placing the fish in a container or over the side is an easy way to bleed fish. Scott Macindoe, who presents the next section of our utilisation videos, is a keen recreational fisher who spent a lot of time experimenting with ways to utilise whole fish. The techniques he discusses here mostly apply to medium to large size fish, and he uses snapper, but these techniques apply to many different species of fish.
Kia ora, my name is Scott Macindoe. Today I'm here to talk about one of Legacy's 5 principles. Utilisation is conservation. I'm going to show you how I clean the tāmure. I'm after the maximum utilisation, the maximum respect for the animal, the environment, my community who I intend to share my catch with, and I want some of that respect stuff for me, some self-respect, knowing I've done the right thing. So I'll start with a helpful little tip. Put the hose on low and put it in the chili bin because we're going to need all the water in the world. We're not going to be washing our fillets, we're going to be cutting it dry, and that ensures we retain the best possible keeping qualities. We're going to start by scaling these fish, and it's only by scaling the fish can we expect to really hit that high note of utilisation. Approximately 5% greater yield. And remember, that's where the flavour is, close to the skin. I love dealing with fish of this quality that have been respected from the moment they've come aboard. And this is the rangatira kai, the whopper. If we're going to eat the head as a dish, then we'd keep on going, and we might get the teaspoon out and really work on these little scales down here. We'll start with the little one. Now what I want to demonstrate is a technique that sees us eating the belly with the bones and the wings. Beautiful, so flesh to flesh. The only thing that's touched that fillet is my knife. So in a hurry with this fillet, and I left a bit on, so I've just taken that off. I'm not going to throw that away, that's going in this marvellous steamer container, which I use heaps of, as you can see. And this one's a little sweetie. This one's for the liver and the roe and the sperm. There's a utilisation for every single piece of this animal. I'll show you the technique for the throat, the gills and the guts. Watch this, and the timing, it's seconds. It is a tear and it's straight back. That is ready to go. That is immaculate. That's going to a lucky recipient, in this case, moi. Now, cut this the way I like to cut my fillet. Most people are going in here to skin right on that pin bone and heading off that way. I'm stepping well away, well away. I'm looking at what's on my plate. That's what I want on my plate. That is the rangatira kai. That's the whole wing, all this beautiful connective tissue, the bones, the rib bones and the pin bones. And we're going to cook that up later and feast on that. What I call man food. This stuff here, beautiful. Great for children who do not like those bones. One last little pin bone in there. Out it comes. Skin on. Learn to love it, kids. It's the way we do it. It's not the most attractive piece of meat, but boy oh boy, does it taste the best. A meal fit for a king. And we've got these 3 beautiful heads, 3 throats, heap of meat on these, and in the pot to form the basis of our stock are these frames. And if you were skinning your fish, definitely the skins. There's no question that that skin is the sweetest. It's where the fat lies, right up close to that skin. We're going to give these a hard boil, bring them up to a really good rolling boil, and then gently place these heads in on top. Put a couple of onions or a big onion. Place these heads in like this. And these throats, they'll take about 5, 6, the bigger ones maybe 8 minutes of steaming. And we'll take them out, cool everything down. We're going to go in here and pick the meat out. We're going to take this meat steamed and put that aside for another purpose. It's not going to be fried. It's going to go into the fish cake or the fish soup or the fish pie or the curry. It's endless. There's so much goodness in this fish. The sweetest meat is in the head. The rangatira kai, tāmure head, yum.
For utilising smaller sized fish that are just over legal size, we recommend cooking them whole. So baking or barbecuing, or looking for recipes that use more than just the fillets. Of course, remove the fillets and use the rest of the fish to make stock. It's great use of the heads and frames. Now another option is to remove the fillets, take out the guts and the gills, put on ice, and go to freefishheads.co.nz and find someone in your area who will be only too happy to come and pick them up. It's so important that we don't waste what we have. Enjoy the parts you want and share the rest with people in the community who will love you for it. And there you have it, principle number 3, utilisation is conservation.
Legacy wants to thank the following people for their help in producing this video and their ongoing support of Legacy.